Hello everyone and welcome back to Icebane Gaming. Today I have another colorless deck. I call it Fast Eldrazi and Land Hate. Well, let's show off the deck, eh? Alright, this is a pretty decent starting hand. I just need to scry into either a Powerstone Shard or a Myr. First one was a bust. It's just a bit slower if I don't get a Myr next turn. If I do get a Myr, then I could go into Forsaken Monument. There's a Myr. I'm not blocking that. I'll be gaining more life anyways soon. I'll do a Zhalfirin Void, and yeah, I'll take a Chaos Wand. I'm playing against a black deck. That means I'll have removal on a stick. Alright, it doesn't matter if you destroy my Myr at this point. I have 8 mana. The Forsaken Monument is already active. Alright, Inventors Fair. Jhoira's familiar. Make things cheaper. Chaos Wand. Use the Chaos Wand on them. Yeah, sure. I'll destroy all creatures. I don't care if it hits my Jhoira. Alright, they played a Ghoul Collar. That's pretty cool. I could play a Palladium Myr. Wow. Alright. Get some more removal. Alright. I'm gonna use all their removal before they get a chance to. Oh boy, that's a thing slated for death. Alright, Karn. I'm going to start with just deleting that land. See if they scoop. Alright, and then I will delete both their black land. So they're locked out of black. And then I will skip turn. If I have all the cards in hand, I could get Ulamog out on turn 5. I just need to get an early Forsaken Monument on turn 4, and then turn 5 I play Ulamog. The way to get Forsaken Monument out on turn 4 is to get a Palladium Myr or a Mana Rock and 3 mana. Play the Mana Rock, draw a land or play a land the next turn, and then you play the Forsaken Monument, and then you have 10 mana. Pass turn, and then you get Ulamog. Who knows, maybe we'll see that. I think we have a Salty Scoop going. Boom. Alright. Next game. Tank your time. That's what the last person did. I might keep this and go for a Chaos Wand build. Zhalfirin Void at first turn. I need a mana. Any type of land. If it's a scry land, that'd be great. No. I have a Chaos Wand. Alright. Just hope I draw land. No? Alright, looks like we're going Karn. I just need to draw mana. Chaos Wand. Blue, black, and green. Turn that artifact land into an artifact land. An artifact of artifacts. Alright. Well, they didn't target my Liquimetal Coating. That's a mistake, I guess, on their part. Alright. Karn. Let's see. I want to get rid of the land that has more value. That's the first one. Can they delete my Liquimetal Coating? Stall for a turn because I got more? Yes. Yes, I'll take action. Wastes count as a basic land type. They still haven't fixed this bug. Whatever. That's been a bug for a while. They need to fix it. Liquimetal Coating. Get that back on field. You got another one? No, a Voracious Hydra. Well, I could buy 2 turns with this. Yeah. Unless they could give that 1 counter, they lose another land. And if I draw a land, I did not. But if I did draw a land, I could play Ugin the Ineffable. Alright, whatever. And I'm comfortable losing Karn at this point. Alright. They just can't get rid of the combo. No islands. I have a feeling you've played all of your green cards. No islands, though. No blue. You aren't allowed. Another island, eh? You're getting really lucky on those draws. Let's get rid of this, though. Oh. Most of the creatures in this deck that aren't Eldrazi are just there for the mana value. It's really only Eldrazi, Ugin, and Karn. The trilogy. Who would have thought they'd ever come together like this? They have no connection and somehow they're connected now. United by being indifferent towards any color format. Pretty cool. This is a good opening hand. I'll take that. I am just getting the Karn combo left and right today. Let's play Crystal Grotto. Do I want the Mystic Forge? You know what? Actually, I do. I have the mana. Liquimetal Coating. Alright, they got that guy. Pretty cool. He grows with instants and sorceries. Ooh, that's not what I like to see. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad right there. That's not what you like to see. Oh well, I'll delete their lands. If I can't mana ramp, you can't have mana. Go ahead, hit him with a spell. You don't want to? Okay. They're gonna grow their Balmor Battle Mage. They got a Symmetry Sage. That's pretty cool. Alright. We can play a Forsaken Monument now. The Chaos Wand would arguably be the better play, but I'm gonna save that for next turn. The damage is already done. And they're very behind on curve now. Alright, so let's play a Chaos Wand and start casting their spells. This is a spell deck after all. Oof, sorry, misplay. I was just so eager to play Ugin. Let's destroy their Symmetry Mage so that it can't get rid of Ugin. Well, misplay. I am just misplaying. Oh well, go ahead. I'm not too miffed about that. My turn. The Grey Havens. It's the only copy of that I have in my deck. Just another scry mana in my opinion. Alright, Mystic Forge. While I do want to play that Ugin, I really want to do a Chaos Wand. Alright, sure. Give it that until the end of turn. That's not value. I wanted one of their damage or draw cards. I don't have many creatures. All I have are Eldrazi. Oh no, they're building their mana back. Alright, 8 damage. Okay, 13 damage. And the first one, it can't be blocked. Alright, 13 damage. Ugin. Jhoira's Familiar. Power Shard Stone. Or Powerstone Shard. Jhoira's Familiar. Chaos Wand. I draw a card. Alright, the ring tempts me. This Jhoira's Familiar will be my ring bearer. Liquimetal Coating, Powerstone Shard, Karn. Oh, this deck is fun for the wrong reasons. Alright, made it to Diamond. Let's see how it fares in Diamond. Oh, don't have high hopes for Diamond. It's gonna be a lot less fun to play against people with like really sweaty decks. PU, nobody likes a sweaty deck. Well, some people might. But when you know what we call those people that like sweaty decks? We call them freaks. I'll take this. I'll put Emrakul on the bottom. I don't care. Emrakul is fun and all, but I like to get him in late game when I have mana. I'll take that. Let's get another Powerstone Shard. Come on, show me a Powerstone. I'll take that too. Gosh, it really wants me to do the Karn combo today. We're playing against Donger90, who has a sweaty deck. A sweaty Donger, if you will. Alright, Powerstone Shard. And next turn, we will go crazy. Thanks. Oh boy, they got a Llanowar tribe? Holy shit. Let's play Liquimetal Coating and a Chaos Wand. Okay, so they have 6 mana. 7 mana. What are they gonna play with 7 mana? They're playing Yorvo. And a fight rigging. Alright. And arguably I'm not getting much value. I want to check my sideboard to double check that I have mana, but it's not worth it. Alright. Conjure a card named Plummet. I don't have many flying creatures. Or naturalized. They conjured a naturalized. Alright. Alright, so let's go with a Chaos Wand. I don't have any creatures. I'm not doing so hot. Alright. Powerstone Shard. It refunds the mana I've spent into it because it's the second one. And I will Chaos Wand. Nice. I think that's a GG. Alright, can't win everything. Also, I'm in Diamond. I need to stop getting the Karn combo. Doesn't really work against a mana ramp deck like that. Also, I wasn't drawing anything for me to protect myself with. I was short on mana. I think I'll keep. I'll keep that. Paradox Engine, part of one of the combos. Actually, part of several of the combos in this deck. Paradox Engine is an insane card. It combos well with a Chaos Wand and Mana Rocks. They don't have anything in their graveyard at the moment, but this is not good. I'll take the damage. I need to survive 2 turns. And then I can Ulamog. Alright. And play a Forsaken Monument. And next turn, I Ulamog. Okay. Alright. That is not good for me. But I could remove that and that. And then I could play a Chaos Wand and start using their own removal against them. And they scooped. That's the wonders of having Ulamog turn 5. Alright, next one. Alright, another pretty decent start. Hopefully we could get the Chaos Wand going. And I could play their entire deck. Well, all the spells and instants, or well, the instants and sorceries in their deck. I almost accidentally mulliganed there. That's alright. I don't have much along the line of creatures to have to worry about. Alright, angels. That's what we're playing against. Yeah, I'll keep that. so that I can mana ramp into a Forsaken Monument. Hopefully I could deal with the angels before they spiral, because they grow very quickly. Also, is this just a life gain grow deck? Make the life gain make you bigger? Become big boy because of life? Get life, become big? Hit me. You guys don't have a reliable way to grow in life yet, which is surprising because you're playing life gain. Gulp. I don't want that to grow. El Gulpo Supremo. I don't want to do Liquimetal anymore. I've done that enough today. Forsaken Monument. Next turn, things start to spiral for me. You don't have a way to gain life yet, bro. Let's go with Planar Bridge into a Chaos Wand. Use the Chaos Wand. Wow. Ramped into nothing. I didn't even get to use Emrakul. I was going to use it the turn after. I was hopefully going to get a way to remove their ability to tap my creatures when I play them. And then I was going to play Emrakul. This currently has become one of my best decks. It's past even my 70% win rate as far as I could tell. I might do a montage of this one. I had a montage growing from my 70% win rate where I had 100 games played with it, but it was during a time of Magic where everyone in the format that I was playing decks that countered it because people had gotten used to it and hated it. And I mean, understandably so. I can't fault them for that. Either way, it ended up being something like a 45 or 30% win rate with the way things were going after people started playing really sweaty decks everywhere. But things have really calmed down this season, so who knows. I would say maybe I'd do that video again, but I'm not playing 100 more matches of that deck. That was really hard to get through by the end of it. It took me legitimately about 10 hours of recording for that, and I still haven't finished editing it, so oh well. Alright, I have 9 mana on the board. Oh no, they destroyed my Forsaken Monument. Oh no. Let's play another one. Do you got another one? Another Return to Nature? No, it's a shoot down. Of course I'm playing against this type of deck. Let's see, they have 6 damage next turn. I can't win. GG. They played Artifact Hate. So, I can't beat Artifact Hate. This deck is all artifacts. Jaketh 13. Will you let me play my combo? Alright, let's keep. I'm not going to do the Karn land combo because I want to see things spiral out of control. You know what? I'll keep Ugin on top. Just for the cheaper mana. Another life gain deck. Everybody plays this deck, so everybody has one. Nobody needs one. Alright, humans now can tap for mana. I will keep that on top. All of my top deck is really good right now. He's going to buff them. He won't if I don't block, because he wants to kill my Palladium Myr. All 1-drops. Alright, play a Forsaken Monument with a FOMO. Let's see, he has 11 mana. What can he do with 11 mana? He can't play Emrakul. Emrakul requires stuff in your graveyard to be cheaper. He could play an Ulamog. He could do that. Alright, so we'll start off with Ugin. And then we'll Powerstone Shard. And then we will Jhoira's Familiar. And then we'll Jhoira's Familiar. And then we'll Karn the Great Creator. And then we will... do I want to destroy? No, I'll create 2/2. I want that one. Then we will choose an artifact from outside the game. I want... should I go Realm Breaker? That one's pretty fun. I don't have any creators, it's just to steal their mana. I'll do a portal to Phyrexia. They'll sack their humans, but that's what I want them to do. Okay, so let's see, 8, 10, 12, 12 mana. Or 12 damage. Even less. That's 10 damage if they attack me. I'm alright with that. Yeah, whatever. I'll take this. Sacrifice some of your humans. I'm perfectly fine with that. So they have 10 damage. Whatever. I'll take a Jhoira's Familiar. Make things cheaper. Then I will play an Ugin. Then I will play a Powerstone Shard. So 2... So this would be 6 mana left over. Alright. Let's destroy that. Next turn, if they don't get rid of my portal, I could use it to combo. They're going to attack Ugin with 1 and then face with the rest. At least that's what I would do. Or they could do that. They are not in a good spot. I'm going to say that right now. They are not in a good spot. Alright. 6 mana. I will choose Jhoira. I could do a Chaos Wand. Then I can activate ability to grab. Where's my Paradox Engine? There it is. And then I could use this. Get something I could use to target. Let's go all creatures and all graveyards. Because I could get stuff out of my exile. And then I can do this. Sure. Alright. They aren't gonna let me infinite combo my Chaos Wand. Play all of their spells. Anyways, that was this deck. You saw probably half of the ways you could win with this deck. So long as you know what you're doing, this deck is very consistent at getting one of the many ways to win. And one time I had a Magic the Gathering Arena glitch where it desynced me from my opponent and I had to Alt F4 and then re-enter the game. And I had gone from having lethal next turn to being down to 2 life with them having the better board presence. And I came back from that. It just went from winning in 1 turn to winning 20 turns later. All because on a whim I chose to take my Platinum Angel out of my sideboard using a Karn. So, with that said, let's go over what's in the deck, what makes it up. I have 3 Liquimetal Coatings in the main deck. I have 1 on my sideboard, so that if I don't draw one and I want to do the Karn combo, I could just grab one from the sideboard using Karn. I have 2 Chaos Wands here, 1 here, so that I could draw a Chaos Wand naturally, or I could grab one with Karn if that's what I want to do. I have 2 mirror boxes, so I could play multiple Planeswalkers and multiple Eldrazi, as they are the backbone of this deck. 4 Palladium Myrs, equivalent of 8 mana without any of the Forsaken Monuments. These Myrs, they are a good source of mana in a colorless deck. Powerstone Shards, I swapped them out for the Urza's construction drones that I had in this deck. I used to have 4 Urza's construction drones. You could really do either or, but I found that Powerstone Shard is a lot more consistent since Urza's construction drones require you to play on your mana, mixing the words land and mana. Alright, Jhoira's familiar. It's mostly in here to be more creatures, but it also makes things cost less, which having cheaper spells in a deck where everything is expensive is pretty good. This deck most of the time can only really start the ball rolling on turn 3. That should be apparent from the mana curve. Karn, the Great Creator. I saw him in action a bunch. His abilities that I really like are all of them in this deck. I really shouldn't just simplify it down. It depends on what I want to do. He shuts out other artifact decks because he makes it so that the opponents can't activate their artifacts. He's also a counter to this deck, so keep that in mind. You'd want to find a way to get rid of their Karn if you are playing against someone who has a Karn. But his +1 ability I use to get rid of the opponent's land, which is a combo that I found while testing this deck because someone played it against me. And then his -2 ability allows me to search for any card in my sideboard. We'll go over my sideboard more in a bit. I've already shown 3 of the things in there, but there's 4 more cards in there. 2 Mystic Forges, so that you could top deck your library. Really just allowing you to play your entire deck in a single turn if you have all of the mana cost reductions, like your Jhoira's Familiars and your Ugin the Ineffables. Then we have FOMO, the Forsaken Monument. It's got +2/+2 to every colorless creature you have, and also doubles your mana pool essentially, and also is life gain. It is a must-have for a colorless deck. I have 1 Paradox Engine. Usually I don't need more, because I usually search for my Paradox Engine using either my Inventors Fairs or my Planar Bridge, which is the next card, which is 8 colorless mana to tap and search your library for a permanent card and put it on the battlefield. Notice you do not want to use this for your Eldrazi's. You want to use it for everything except your Eldrazi, because your Eldrazi require you to play from hand or cast them from the top of your library, just casting the spell in general. This does not count as casting, it's counting as pulling from your library and placing it on the battlefield. Alright, then we have 4 Ugin the Ineffables. Mixed together with a mirror box, you could have all of your spells cost 8 less to cast, which makes pretty much everything in this deck free. And also it allows you to pull cards from your top of your library to use as defenders that also, in a way, draw cards. And you could also use Ugin the Ineffable to destroy permanents that are being a thorn in your side, so long as they're colored. So it would not target a 1 ring, it would target any type of enchantment or creature that is 1 or more colors, and just keep them off of the field. Then we come down to our board wipes. Ugin the Spirit Dragon. There's 2 of these in this deck. I could go for more, but I end up searching for him anyways with Planar Bridge just to flop him out on the field. Then I have Ulamog, the Ceaseless Hunger. Whenever you cast a spell, exile 2 permanents. This gets around the fact that Ugin can't target colorless, and also you could use it to eat their land. He has Indestructible, and whenever he attacks, exile the top 20 cards. He is a broken card in any format. People love him. Ladies love him. Husbands hate him. That kind of shit. Anyways, then we have Emrakul. You steal the opponent's turn. This usually results in an instant scoop. I've only ever had 1 person allow me to play their turn for them, and I deleted their entire board with it, because that was the game I mentioned earlier where I had taken the Platinum Angel and somehow lasted 20 turns longer than I would have, because I was using my Chaos Wand to play all of their removal spells on them, but they had removal spells in hand. Those removal spells that they did have required me to attack. And they had a bunch of creatures on their board and were dealing about 40 damage to me a turn, but because of the Platinum Angel, I wasn't dying. So I ended up casting all the spells in their deck that they could have used as removal. I double checked that they didn't have any permanents that would act as removal, because you could look at all the cards that you exiled. And then I played Emrakul and found out that they had 2 removal spells in their hand. I cast one on one of their creatures, and the other one was what's the name of that card? Settle the Wreckage. They had a Settle the Wreckage in hand. And they were waiting for me to attack with my Platinum Angel. So I attacked with every single creature they had in play, and then settled the Wreckage themselves. And I board wiped them, and they ended up scooping the next turn because they didn't have any answers. And yeah, that's how good Emrakul could be. You could use their benefits against them. And then let's get into lands. I have 4 Crystal Grottos. I don't use the Prism ability. I use it for the colorless mana and the Scry. 4 Darksteel Citadels. They count as artifacts for the Inventors Fair. And they also have Indestructible, which doesn't matter. They're also easy to target with Karn, so just keep that in mind if you're running against a Karn, or if you have a Karn and they have a Darksteel Citadel or any of the artifact lands. You don't even need a Liquimetal Coating to get rid of their lands, you just need to target their lands. And Inventors Fair, being your upkeep, if you control 3 or more artifacts, you gain a life, and you could sacrifice it for 4 mana if you have 3 or more artifacts, and reveal an artifact card from your library and put it in your hand. This is a way for me to search for any card I need. Usually it's going to be a Planar Bridge when I get to the point at which I have Inventors Fair, and then I could just grab every card in my deck. Karn's Bastion, it's mostly here for dealing with my Planeswalkers, like buffing them a little bit if I have leftover mana, which usually by the point I have leftover mana it doesn't really matter anymore, but it still counts as a colorless mana. Radiant Fountain, gain 2 life, colorless mana. Reliquary Tower, no maximum hand size, colorless mana. Really doesn't matter. You almost never have a full hand in this deck. Grey Havens, I added it for the Scry ability. It also adds a color of mana based on legendary creatures in your graveyard. I do not have any legendary creatures that would give me a color, so its special ability does not matter to me. I have 2 wastes left in this deck with my fancy art, and a full play set of Zhalfirin Void, which is a Scry mana. And having a bunch of Scry mana allows me to guarantee I'm getting which cards I want for the combos that I'm aiming for. And let's go into my sideboard. I have Liquimetal Coating, Chaos Wand, and Platinum Angel, which I've already talked about. I also have Realm Breaker, which allows me to mill cards from the opponent's library for 2 mana and put a land card from the graveyard onto the battlefield tapped under my control. So that way I could just steal all their mana. And also it acts as an infinite mill. And comboed with the Paradox Engine and anything that allows me to cast cards each turn, Chaos Wand included, I pretty much just burn through their entire library if I want to. Just another way I could win. Helm of the Host, it's in here in case I'm having a hard time keeping the opponent in check with my Eldrazi's, because I could just copy my Eldrazi's. But by the point that you have 1 Eldrazi out, usually they scoop anyways. This is just for a long game. If I have Ulamog in play, they are probably going to lose their entire deck very quickly, so It's hit or miss on whether or not you want this. You could replace this with any other artifact you want to have. I could even replace this with that 1/1 that allows you to retake your turn, and I would not have any issues with that. Deck of many things. That's in here so that I could grab from my graveyard if I'm playing against a mill deck. Platinum Angel, Portal to Phyrexia. Portal Phyrexia allows you to make the opponent sacrifice 3 creatures, and you pull cards from their graveyard and put it into your battlefield. You could also use this to grab back any of the creatures that you have lost in this game. But yeah, that's this deck. Pretty good. Very high win rate for me. I don't know if they have any way of showing the statistics on what its win rate is, but yeah, it's pretty fun. You know what? Karn's in this deck. Let's be Karn for a while. Anyways, that's this deck. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more, and most importantly, have a good one. Bye.
And are you doing okay? Did you leave it all behind you? Or did you take it away?